What's up, Brohams? This is Colonel Twerkins, and I'm here with another DCUO Build A Toon. And today it's going to be the Ezra Miller Flash from the new Justice League movie. And probably more than likely the Suicide Squad movie as well. All right, so if you haven't heard already, there is the trailer that's out. There's been some information on the film, as well as the announcement that, well, I guess maybe a public announcement that Geoff Johns is now the president of DC Comics, also the coordinator for all of the DC shows, movies, everything. Basically, he has full creative control over everything. Now, this has been going on for a little while. He's been COO, Chief Operating Officer, since 2010. But now he's doing this. And the reason I bring all that up, okay, like, come on, Twerkins, get with it. The reason I bring that up is because the new uniform, as you can see here in this photo, it basically is hearkening back to the old school Flash. This is where Geoff Johns got all of his inspiration from, because that was like the first stuff that he read was the 60s and 70s Flash. So Carmine Infantino, if you look him up, and I'll show you a picture here, his work is why it looks the way it does. If you look at the mask, they look very similar. So anyway, this is my version of it. This is the best that I could do, I feel like. If you, of course, think that I could have chosen other pieces, just let me know. Obviously, do it with some class, like you got some sense. Let me know what pieces that need to be changed, or it could have been done differently, because I'm always open to that. So now you do have a couple of options here when it comes to the head. But first, let's go ahead and start with the colors. Now, this is going to be very important, so you have to get this right. The colors for the red is 3A0000. Okay? Now, it's a darker red, obviously, for the more, darker-ish story that they've got going on, even though it's a little lighter than BVS. But anyway, this is the tones that they're going with. So for the second red, even though you may think that it's not red, it really is. It's a very dark red, is 050000. What they seem to have done here is they seem to have used red and monochromatically worked the color scheme here. Now, I went to school for design, so I know what all this means. Mono is one, so basically taking one color of different shades and doing it that way. So what they did here was they used a red that is darker, and then they use an even darker red that almost seems black, but it's really not. And it's just very slight. Now, that's very hard to get here when you're talking about RGB color, red, green, and blue color scheme that's done here is web colors. But this is the best that I can get to it. I don't want to ramble on too long. The white, I don't, oh yes, these are important. So the yellow first is A58600. Now you need that for the waist, but this white here is important. It's just a typical white, but it's important when we get to the headpiece, because without it, the eyes are going to look strange if we use some other color. Okay, so I'll show you that in a second. So now let's go ahead and go. Actually, let's do the hair first. It's brushed. We've seen his hair obviously in the trailer, and you want to see it here matched. So that's the best, even though of course his head's going to be covered, but just for authenticity's sake. Okay, then the skin that we chose is going to be youthful. Now, here's where you would get the skins. This is out in Metropolis, and you could pretty much, I mean, if you got the money, buy them all. That way you're never without what you need, and you don't have to run all the way out to Metropolis to get it. Okay, so now that we've gotten that established, let's go for the head. Okay, now the head is going to be, well, actually, let me show you the two options. Okay. Okay, So we're gonna go. Well, that's not it. Let's see. Here, I don't know why they're different, but anyway, half cross. Now, half cross is very simple. If you look back at my previous video with cable, you'll see where to get a lot of this stuff. It's down below the watchtower in the war room. Okay, now I've been doing the videos differently here. Just, you know, last one I showed specifically, I'm showing that still to some degree, but I'm trying to kind of figure out a way to kind of make this easier for you guys to find everything. So, but you can see that in the last video. It's just below the watchtower. Anyway, now with the head is half cross. Now, to complete that, we would want the Owen Tech mask. Okay, and here on Blog Guide, it shows you how to go about getting those. It is in 3 different instances that you have to go into. So if I were you, I would set aside some time to go in there and do all of them in order. You have to complete all of them in order to get, you know, this item. Now you will complete, I think, and get different things from each place, but you have to do all 3 in order to get that. Okay, so now that you've gotten that, that would be the headpiece. Okay, now the other option, which is the one I actually went with, and is actually not a bad option either, is going to be the, let's see here, those guys are too loud in the back. Okay, all of a sudden it's gone. Okay, it's Shepherd of Adara. Okay. Now, if you are in the midst of, you know, getting your CR up and you are in the Mogo missions point of time, don't go, if you want the style, you don't have to get it from there. You could actually get it from the vending unit 00 right here. This vending unit will get it for you for 10 marks victory. So rather than paying 70 or 50 or 60, you can get those styles from there. Okay, so this is the style I'm going with. Now, granted, this does not have the open chin like the other one does, but it has more of the texture that we're looking for the mask, which is what I liked. Okay, so now we go on and let's do the chest. And the chest I'm actually going to use is the Speed 4 Spectrum. Now you can get this one here at this vendor. It's, you know, not that hard to get. You know, you can do it from a pretty early stage. And as you can see, the price here. Okay, so I liked it because it has the flash emblem on it. We couldn't get it to yellow, or else that would kind of mess everything up. I'll show you what I mean. If I change this to the yellow, you'll get it, but it kind of ruins everything else. So we kind of have to do it that way. Okay. So now we are going to cover the shoulders up, and we're going to use one that you can get, of course, in the war room, and that is going to be New Genesis. So that one is, you know, one of the ones I feel like it just seems to work in a lot of instances. I mean, there's probably other ones that you could get. I would probably suggest, I think it's the Scion of Ion. Those are in also for 10 marks. I just didn't get them out of the vending unit 00. So then we move on to the hands. Now the hands are the Checkmate Informant. Okay. And as you'll see here on the screen, this is where you can get them from. And we'll move on. Now for the waist, we're going to go with the one I usually like to use. is House of L Warsuit. I know there's another belt that people use a lot. It has a lightning shape to it on the sides. I just kind of like the House of L Warsuit because in this case, they really only put a dash of it on the sides, okay, of the waist. So you don't really see a whole lot of it, but this still gives you that look that you're going for, okay. And then for the legs, we're gonna go with shielded robot. Okay. All right. Now that would seem to kind of complete it, right? But I found some feet that actually would work pretty well. And but here's how you get shielded robot. Okay. And so now for the feet, we're going to go with, let's see here. Where is it at? Scion of Ion. Now, I like these because he sort of has these sort of sneaker bottoms, it looks like, on his feet. And I think this works because they have the treads and then they have these two little stripes on them, which kind of is what it looks like in the picture. All right. And these can also be got from the vending unit 00 for 10 marks of victory. So now we'll go ahead and take it out. And you guys tell me what you think. I think it looks pretty good. I kind of wish this headpiece did have the bottom mouth taken out, the bottom jaw part taken out. That would have been cool. But I think overall it looks great. And we're here in Central City, for those of you who don't know. Let's see if we can put my face up there like that. Bam, like that. Flash Museum. So I think it came out pretty well. You guys tell me what you think. And I tried to get on this as soon as possible. I think that it was well worth doing right now. And I'll be giving you something else coming up here soon. So make sure to like the video so that others can see it. And also make sure to subscribe so you can become part of the Broham Nation. And I'll catch you in the next one. I'm Colonel Corkins.